Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video. And today we're not talking about movies or games, but comics actually. I've been eager to branch this channel out into comics and I couldn't think of a better comic to talk about today than one of the greatest comics of all time, and that is Wolverine Weapon X. So in case you don't know, Wolverine Weapon X was written, illustrated, and colored by Barry Windsor Smith and published by Marvel Comics in 1991 and tells the story of Wolverine during his time in the Weapon X program. This comic right here is just one of the best comics that Marvel has ever released, and it ranks pretty high on my own personal best comics list, maybe even a top 10 for me. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why this is one of the greatest comics of all time. And one of the many reasons why I love Weapon X so much is that it's a definitive origin story that delves deep into Logan's psyche during the horrors of the Weapon X program and shows his tragic transformation into the anti-hero that we all know and love today as Wolverine. I don't want to talk too much about story spoilers here, but I will talk a little bit about the Weapon X program. So the Weapon X program was designed to create the perfect killing machine by brainwashing its victims with false memories and genetic experimentation. Logan was chosen for this project due to his unique healing factor in his skeleton, which made it easier to bond with adamantium, which gave him his adamantium claws and indestructible skeleton. This is just a very short summary of the Weapon X program, and this is what X Men Origins Wolverine, the movie that came out in 2009, was based on. I really enjoy this origin story, and I see myself often thinking about it and rereading it. It's a story that's well paced, has some good dialogue, and also has some entertaining action scenes to back it up. But the main highlight for me is that it's also just backed up by some incredible artwork ever put to a comic book page. I love Barry Windsor Smith's art here because of how gorgeous it looks throughout the story. The art just really complements the story and brings out this moody psychedelic vibe that creates a great atmosphere. I just love how he illustrates his characters with so much attention to detail in this story, especially with Wolverine. Just look at how well he does things like the interiors of the lab and the equipment, especially with how the wires just pop out everywhere. This may very well be the greatest colored comic I've ever read. All the colors just pop out and really adds a lot to the pages. The comic also has some really creative paneling, and it's just fun to look at. And I just love when a comic has a lot of creative uses for a panel, and this comic features some of the best panel work I've seen. It's all just some incredible stuff to look at and just shows how Barry Windsor Smith is a talented artist that is up there with other industry legends like Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane. The art here is truly incredible. You can just stop at any page and it could very well be your new wallpaper on your phone just with how good it looks. And while we're on the topic of Barry Windsor Smith here, the man just deserves a huge shout out here for being the GOAT. He done the story, the art, the coloring, the lettering, all for this comic. And that's something that's rarely done here with American comics, because normally it's split up between a creative team. Like for instance, you have a writer for the story, a penciler for the art, and someone on the coloring. But Barry Windsor Smith just done it all. And that just proves how talented of a creator he actually is. Wolverine Weapon X is just such a banger and one of the greatest Marvel stories ever told, and also just one of the best comics ever made. I highly recommend this comic to anyone who is a fan of classic horror movies because this story is structured similarly to a slasher film. I can also recommend this comic to newcomers who want to get into comics for the first time, or any MCU fans who want to delve deeper into classic Marvel comics. I'm happy that I was able to get this video out and branch this channel out into comics. I plan on making more videos on this channel soon about some of the greatest comics ever made, so you guys can stay tuned to that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's all I have for you guys today. But let's keep the discussion going down in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought about Wolverine Weapon X, and do you have any personal recommendations for me? Until next time, see ya.